Good morning. Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, March the 12th of 2023. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives that create a sustainable environment and a peaceful world. Today's topic is on cultivating that inner sense of loyalty and what that means. I just yesterday was my nephew's funeral, and as you know, I canceled our meditation circle 2 weeks ago because he passed away. And so we just had the funeral yesterday, and I was sitting and reflecting on, what are the things. I'm very, very close to his children, like they could be mine. And I was sitting with what I want his children to remember about their father. And one thing that I've really recognized in him over the years is his sense of loyalty. He has a very strong sense of loyalty when others would turn away and, turn against someone, shut them off in anger and frustration or whatever. He would have a way of really just coming into a deep place in his heart and connecting and sticking with and being in compassion and understanding and being that friend. And so I took that into meditation, and I thought, really sitting with what is it that makes someone a loyal friend, that cultivates that sense of loyalty in someone. And I thought I'd share those insights with you today. And God willing, we can all perhaps develop and strengthen those places inside that help us to be the loyal friends, to really stick with each other through the difficult times, the trying times, and help each other with love and compassion as we weather the storms of our life journey, which we inevitably have. So let's go ahead and come into our meditation and healing circle. Let's come into our circle sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. And let's turn everything to face to the center of our circle. So we call on our source together, directly from your heart. We ask you to send your essence of your pure divine light. And just imagine, feel this pure divine light streaming into the center of our circle, filling all of our space with this pure divine light. This light that is purifying, this light that is illuminating, the light that awakens us and heals us and cleanses us. And just let this light fill all of this space. And yes, you too are a part of this space. So let it just touch on your skin and permeate into your skin and fill all of you, all of your body with this pure divine light. Let it travel in through your pores, through your body, through your nervous system, through all of your fluids, through your sensory organs, right? Your eyes take in light, your ears take in waves of light and sound, your nose, everything, right? Everything, all of our transmissions of information travel in waves. We take those waves in through our sensory organs to be transferred into impulses that transfer information into our brain to be interpreted, right? And it travels through our nervous system to give information to our bodies, to our organs, to our hormones, to everything, to inform us and direct us, right? So let this light travel through, cleanse and purify all of those places inside of us. Let this light travel all the way through your body and all the way into your vertical core, your central nervous system, that spinal column, all the way in. And the divine name for the pure divine light is Nur, Ya Nur. Yah North. We invoke, Yah is invoking. It's calling, O light, O pure divine light. So we're invoking, right? Calling on our source and asking, invoking that pure divine light. Yah North, Yah North. And again, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send us your pure, unconditional love. Just imagine this unconditional love streaming into the center of our circle, filling like a gentle waterfall, filling this entire space with this unconditional love, just letting this fill up this space. And turn your heart center, your heart, that organ of love that loves to love and loves to be loved and loves to just be in the love, right? And radiate the love. So let that heart center, that funnel of energy that extends from the front of your heart space, let that face into the center of the circle. Let it tip up slightly and catch this gentle waterfall of this unconditional love as it streams into our circle. And let this come in through your heart center and stream all the way through your heart. You can breathe it in with your breath. Draw it into the center of your chest. And as you exhale, just blow out, release any of the clutter, any of the blocks, the barriers that keep that love from flowing freely through our hearts, that keep us from feeling what we're here to feel and touching into the depths that exists in the center of the chest, in the heart. And just let that flow all the way in. And as you exhale, just let it release, release, release. And again, inhale in that pure divine light and unconditional love. And as you inhale deeper and deeper into your chest, just let your spine be lifted. Let it be elongated. Let your spine be upright. With your head not looking up to the sky, but with a slight, looking straight ahead with a slight downward tilt to really contain your energy within your body. And let yourself lean back into your spinal column along your vertical core and receive all the way into your core this pure divine light and unconditional love. You have a funnel of energy that runs through the top of your head and all the way along the center of your body, along the front of your spine, all the way through and through your base, right? This is bringing heaven and earth together inside your physical form. Your body is from the earth, your spirit is from the realms of the heavens, and your body is the place where they marry, where they merge. So let yourself just be in that center, in that vertical core. Let this pure divine light and unconditional love just resonate and radiate through the central channel of your body. And let yourself lean into that space, like standing under a gentle waterfall. And to let your body be like a sponge and absorb in that pure divine light, unconditional love. Just absorbing it in, being in your body and receiving it, letting it be you and you be it, merging. And again, as we face the center of our circle in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we call on you, we ask you to send your essence of your eternal compassion. The eternal compassion is the ocean of living consciousness. The poet Rumi says, these forms we seem to be, these bodies, are cups, right? Not jars, closed up lids, or anything like that, but cups, open cups, floating in an ocean of living consciousness, right? Not my mind, my consciousness, but an ocean of living consciousness. Open cup floating in an ocean of living consciousness. What we are is ocean, too near to see, though we swim in it and drink it in. Right? And then he says, don't be the cup with the dry rim. Just let yourself float and be submerged into this ocean. Be the open cup. He also says, you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop. Right? So be the open cup. Let the ocean flow through your drop and be the ocean. This eternal compassion is that ocean. It is the container for this entire ocean. It is the womb of this entire existence, the safe space that holds and contains and connects and secures and nurtures this entire existence. And that would be you as well. So as you breathe in this pure divine light and unconditional love all the way into your vertical core, as you exhale, drop down, land into your pelvic bowl, and let your entire being be held in this womb of compassion as you float in this ocean of living consciousness. So, this is like being in a womb, right? Let yourself be contained in the safety of this womb, right? We're in the safety of the womb. We've got that connection of the umbilical cord that is nurturing us and feeding us, and we're submersed in this fluid. So let yourself be submersed in this fluid of living consciousness, this ocean of living consciousness, this pure living consciousness, and held in this womb of safety, connection, compassion, nurturing, holding, containing, supporting, loving, no separation. This is the divine womb of compassion. Breathing in that pure divine light, that unconditional love, absorbing in that ocean into your drop of living consciousness, the pure eternal compassion, really leaning into your body, dropping down into your hips, being held in this womb, this divine womb, sacred womb of compassion. And Pam, today, I want to say another word about my nephew. He was a major fan of the Tennessee Titans, and we live south of Houston. And he was 44 years old. And this will have a reference for some people. If you're from this area or if you're familiar with the story, the what used to be our football team here was the Houston Oilers. And the Houston Oilers, I don't know if they got bought out or the new somehow the franchise moved from Houston to Tennessee, and they became the Tennessee Titans. And we had no more Houston Oilers. We had only Tennessee Titans. And my nephew was a big fan of the Oilers, and he stuck with the team in that move and became a big fan of the Tennessee Titans. Later, Houston got another football team called the Houston Texans. He stuck with the Titans this whole time, right? That was his team. He stayed with the team when they moved. And most people in Houston decided that when the franchise moved, that they would hate the team and have nothing to do with the Titans. And so, since he was such a big fan, I mean, we always texted each other. I know I wasn't the only one he was texting with during the games. I didn't watch the Titans. I'm not a huge football fan, but we would text each other during those games, Astros games also, and sometimes the Rockets game because he was a major sports guy. So we would, we decided at his funeral that that we would all wear our Titans gear. Everybody would wear Titans gear. And so I took his son, his oldest son is 11, and my sister and I took him to the store to, trying to get Titans gear, nice Titans clothes to wear to the funeral. And we went into this one sports apparel store that has all these teams in it, right? And I went in and I said, "Hey, do you have any Titans gear?" And this one girl says, "Come here, I'll show you the Titans gear." And she takes it over to the Houston Oilers. She says, "You see this? This is the Titans." And the guy says, "Yeah, people in Houston," he says, "let me tell you something. People in Houston hate, hate," he used the word hate, "the Titans." And I'm there with my nephew, right? And it's just, and I just said, wow, that's a zinger guy. And, and I said, well, the people who do not have this extraordinary, unwavering sense of loyalty hate the Titans. But the exceptional ones who have that unwavering sense of loyalty, who will stick with the team no matter what happens, they love their team. And so that really hit home that sense of loyalty for us. And we had to order our Titans gear online. And we did wear our Titans gear to the services. And, it gave me an opportunity to talk to my nephew about what loyalty is and his father's unwavering loyalty that he had. And then the next day in meditation, we had an opportunity to stand up and say something at the visitation. And I really wanted to leave the kids with this sense of what the traits of their father that I really want them to remember. And so I spoke about that loyalty. I took it into meditation. It's like, all right, what creates a sense of loyalty, that sense of loyalty? And, this is what I want to share with us today. That sense of loyalty in him. He was as for all of his sports and, loving to like all the things that I honestly don't love about, loving to barbecue and, be the tough guy and all the sports and everything. Um, I love him, even though I'm not a fan of a lot of those things, but he would, for all of that, he had a very tender heart, a very tender heart. And through all of that, he was very much in touch with his emotions. And he would be touched deeply to the point of tears by a lot of things. He was a very sensitive person. And that gave him this depth, like by allowing himself to feel, by maintaining that tenderness and not shutting down his heart when his feelings arose. He was able to go into some really deep places. And when he would be with people or situations or whatever was arising, a lot of people would just turn into judgment and close their hearts and hate because it feels uncomfortable or they take it personally. He would go into that really deep place and that place that would give him insights into people and into their hearts and into what was moving with them at very deep levels that often we ourselves have a hard time understanding and connecting with, right? That's why we shut our hearts even to ourselves, lose our sense of loyalty even to ourselves. But he would go to that depth and he would connect with people on that level and he would be that understanding friend. And over this past weekend, I met friends I never knew he had, and they all said the same thing. Like, "Oh man, he was always there. He was that person I could talk to. I talked to him every other day. I talked to him every week. I talked to him every day." And he was that guy that could always understand and always be there and then still be, had that sense of humor in that he was known for his giggle, his high pitched giggle. And and he was that like one that would always be connected with you in the heart and could always see the goodness in you and be your supporter and your cheerleader and believe in you, even when you were losing sight of yourself and losing the ability to believe in yourself, he could be there and be that guy. So he didn't turn away from the team when the things changed for the team, and he didn't turn away from his friends when things changed for his friends, when things got rough or looked like they were going astray. So I invite you in this moment to touch into that place in your heart. And if there's a place in your heart that you notice that has turned away from a situation or a person or something where you feel like, that's too much, and you put up the wall, you harden the heart, then let's bring a little extra love to that place in your heart. And there's a divine attribute, one of the divine names of God and of the 99 divine names. And I'm going to read from Fauzia's book, which is Divine Names, 99 Healing Names of the One Love, from Rosina Fauzia al-Rawi. I read from her book a lot. And this is from Al-Wali, the protective friend, the close one. It says, every divine name leaves in the heart a different kind of sweetness and expectation, and it affects it in a different way, showing each time another color of the one existential love. The confrontation with the ego can only take place through remembrance of the one God, through the dhikr, the remembrance of the soul, the heart, and the tongue. Then calm can flow into the heart, and the veils can be lifted. Why do we human beings carry such mountains of worries, sorrow, and suffering on our shoulders when everything that is meant for us will come to us from the beginning of our life until the end? When you come to this earth, you are provided for, and even if you were to ride as fast as the wind to escape the life that is meant for you, it would only ride as fast as the wind, follow you, and find you. Al-Wali and Al-Wali, which is another similar divine name, but Al-Wali especially has that intimacy, that closeness, that devotion, that loyalty, fidelity, and goodwill. Al-Wali stresses first and foremost that intimacy to God, to Allah, to the One. Because why do we human beings get upset and angry when some of our requests and wishes are not fulfilled? God's compassion for you is greater than your compassion for yourself. When your wishes contain something good for you, they are fulfilled because God knows what is good for you and what harms you. And there's always timing, right? There is perfection in the big picture of things. It doesn't mean always, I believe that we're wishing for things that are bad for us, but sometimes the timing is just not right. And there is a divine perfection. And there is, even in the timing of the time that we enter this world in this physical bodies, this realm of existence, and the times that our spirits leave this realm of existence, even that has its perfection, its timing. And even, I hold that now for the children. It's like that had its perfection and timing, and the impact that it has left on your life is in the perfection as well. And it's all to be unfolded. It's all still unfolding, and it remains to be seen exactly what that perfection is, but it is there, and I do trust in it. And so, when we're in these situations, let me just invite you right now to invoke the divine attribute the divine quality, the name of Yahwali, Yahwali, the protective friend, the one who is close, who is near, Yahwali, the one who is loyal and devoted, and just call that energy, that attribute into your heart. Those places in your heart that may have gotten frustrated, exasperated, and hardened, whether it's for yourself or others, just let that wali, let that come into your heart, and let that energy of the one who is loyal, the one who has the fidelity, the goodwill, the devotion, the protective friend. So let that surround your heart. Let it hold your heart. Breathe that into that innermost place in your heart. Let it soften the hardness, the barriers of your heart. Let it penetrate into that space in your heart. Yahwali, Yahwali. And let that resonance, if you say that name into your heart, let that resonance of those sound codes, that wali, 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 that wa means it's the all-encompassing and that unites everything. The ul is that invincible through all of the wobbles of life, right? The invincibility through all of the wobbles in life. And the E is that like reflecting the divinity. Wali, that all-encompassing that unites, that all that keeps us invincible through all of the wobbles in life, and the E that reflects the divinity. Wali, 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 Wali. And let that, those sound codes and those vibrations resonate, right? We study in the ocean of sound that every sound has its own spirit and it carries with it so many qualities and attributes and meanings that connect from the cosmic realms through the microcosmic of the body and everything in creation. So Yahwali, it generates that sound, invokes those energies that teach us vibrationally, right? Existence is vibration. Our consciousness is vibration. So that vibration, when we bring it into our hearts and into our fluid bodies, it teaches us, our conscious beings, about our inner knowing of loyalty, the divine essence within us that knows loyalty, that is the protective friend, that holds that sense of compassion and insight and connection, that is supportive, that is devoted. Yahwali. Bring that resonance into your heart center. Let it resonate in your heart. Let that vibration resonate against those walls and barriers, against those blocks, against the questioning, against the places where we've shut our heart down. Let it come in more deeply into your heart space. Yahwali, Yahwali, excuse me, Yahwali, with the accent on the second syllable in this word, Yahwali, Yahwali, Yahwali. Let it resonate through your heart. Breathe it in all the way into the center of your heart and into the core of your body. Right? When your spirit was breathed into your form, that breath is the breath of spirit, and that breath of spirit continues to breathe you. That is the breath that breathes you. It is the drop of ocean that contains the entire ocean. That is what breathes you and moves you. So all of the knowledge is already there within your consciousness. So as you resonate Wali into your existence, into your cells, into your heart, into the fluids of your body. Let it awaken that resonance inside you, the divinity that already knows Wali, that already knows to what it means to be a protective friend, what it means to have a protective friend, what it means to be loyal, what it means to be treated with loyalty, what it means to be devoted and to be treated with devotion. Right? There's both sides and it's all contained within you. So let that Wali, let it awaken that vibration, that knowledge within you, and invite every cell of your body to awaken to the knowledge of Wali, Wali, the protective friend, the loyal, the devoted, the one who is near. Take that all the way into your being. And just as you exhale, just breathe out those blocks and barriers. Really let that nurture your heart. Let it nurture your heart. And know that everything in existence is alive and it has life force and breath by the breath of the One, by the breath of God, Allah, the One. There is one breath that breathes everything. There is one ocean that contains everything, one ocean of living consciousness, one womb of existence. And we are all a part of one body, one breath. So everything that you see is of the same breath. And what we see tends to be a mirror for us of what we need to see in order to better know ourselves and understand ourselves, and to understand the source that breathes us, and to come into a deeper love and connection and kindness with that one love, that one source that is everything, is in everything and reflected through everything, from us to others and from others to us, and others being human, animal, plant, mineral, everything, everything in existence. The only way that we see is because there are waves of light that travel through the atmosphere and are reflected into our eyes, reflect light of different wavelengths and frequencies into our eyes, and that transmits information. Ultimately, everything is vibration, and everything, this light, this one light, bounces off of everything and reflects and gives us ability to see images and hear sounds, right? This is the ocean of sound, right? This is the ocean of the waves. Everything is just reflection, and everything is a reflection of the one light, the one love, the one source. Everything, everything. Breathe that in, take it all the way into your core. Exhale, drop down, land into your pelvic bowl. Feel yourself leaning into your body and held in this ocean, protected in this womb, one with all that is. It says again in Fauzia's book, God, Allah, the One, has granted us capacity to know Him, Him being genderless, right? And He has conferred the honor on us to love Him. Our compassion for His creation is the expression of our love for Him. right? Because everything in existence is that reflection of the one love, including you, including me. Everything. There is no separation. We speak of it as a hymn because that's the words that fit in our language, but even that language takes us into a state of separation, and there is no separation. Consciousness means to know the essence of all things, the nature of all things. The moment it is known, it starts to grow and nourish the light in you and around you. Ya Wali. Ya Wali. Okay, so breathe with that. I'm going to end the recording and open for discussion, Q&A, a brief one today. And thank you for being here. If you're listening to the recording, you're invited to join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. When you join us live, you can stay on for our Q&A and discussion afterwards. Find information for joining us live at communityforconsciousliving.com, communityforconsciousliving.com. When you're there, sign up to receive the reminders and the replays of our events, and you will receive 2 free gifts, a one-sheet that is downloadable PDF that you can print out and put all around your house or use as your computer backdrop. It's a reminder of who and what you are, what this life is about, what this world is about, why we're here, what this journey is about. And it comes also with a 15-minute downloadable guided meditation that you can download, use as a part of your daily morning practice or evening practice or however many times a day you want to connect with that pure divine light, that unconditional love, that eternal compassion that is the core of our beings and the resonance within every cell of every fiber of our being. It is our true consciousness. All right. And with that, I thank you for joining us and listening to the recording. And I'm opening now for the Q&A. I hope to see you next week.